Hi, I'm Daniel, and I'll be demonstrating the prototype version of our block model visualization and real-time scheduling tool. I'm going to run through the process of setting up the simulation, and then I'll show off the features that it can do. First up, we have the DXF viewer. Here you can see a number of DXF files, which have been taken from Whittle, which I'm going to load, import, and then take into the world we're going to generate. I'll select the DXF file and generate it. Prototype goes and looks through the file, retrieves the quads, generates the vertices, and then triangulates the mesh. You can see it being generated here. This is a pit imported directly from Whittle and dragged and dropped into this software. I'll return to the menu and now I'll create the world. First, you choose a CSV file. This is the block map that you're going to turn into a real-time simulation. Next, you add ores, and these are the ores that you want to be present in the site when it generates the simulation. I know that this CSV file contains copper and iron deposits. I'm going to enter in a monetary value for both of these, and then ready to move on to the next step. Here, I can set up the variables that control the blocks itself, the processor, and the monetary values. You can change the dimensions of the blocks, their density, the extraction rate, the optimal processor grade, the desired grade that you want the processor to be running at. I'm just going to use the default values for now. Build world. When everything's ready to go, then you hit confirm. And the prototype will construct a simulation based on the settings. Here you have a breakdown of the world that we've just created. You can see the number of blocks, the dimensions, the total quantity of ore present in the site, and the amount of waste blocks. Once you hit enter, you're ready to begin. As you can see, you're dropped into a 3D virtual reconstruction of the CSV file cube map we just loaded. There are a number of modes here. I'm going to show the deposit. If you hit right click, it toggles into information mode, which allows you to see through the ground at the deposit underneath. As you can see, there's also some information that pops up. Every time I go and put my mouse over a block, it tells you information about it. How much it costs to extract, what you would get from selling it in the end, and the grade breakdown. These blocks here are a copper deposit. As you can see, these have a grade of 0.17, 0.21, and 0.23 respectively of copper and no iron. This green deposit over here, however, is an iron deposit. As you can see when you look over it, contains a percentage of iron. Now I'm going to do some extraction. You can see up the top a number of UI elements telling you what current year it is, how much material has been extracted, and the total profits or losses that your mine has currently made. I want to extract these three, but I'm just going to clear out the area around it first. So I hold down the mouse button to determine what I want to do with this block. I want to discard it because it's waste. I'm going to discard all these blocks around here. I've just deleted the wrong block, so I'm going to undo and restore it. No harm done. I'll continue to click around. Till we have exposed the site. So now I want to extract these blocks and send them to the processor. So I hit process. I'm going to bring up the processor window now. You can press the E key to toggle it on and off. As you can see, this block has now been loaded into the schedule. I'm going to extract this next one. You can see it's been added to the processor and time has progressed. You'll see in the bar at the top that the percentage of the year that you have has been used up. You can see the bar's gone up. The amount of tonnage that's been extracted is there. And you can see that currently we haven't made any profits yet. But I'm going to extract around this deposit so we can get at this whole thing, and then you will see this block has been used and it's been turned into profits, and you'll see the number at the top right hand corner go up. I'm going to send this one to waste, and this one, and I'm just going to expose this entire deposit so we can dig. Let's say I want to remove this block. It's not going to let me. It's saying that I need to extract these ones first. So I'm going to go and cut away at this deposit until we have everything we need. And now we do. It's all clear. Now I'm going to show the pull-out view. Now, it's not the only mode that this thing has. You're able to go and visualize the entire deposit. So, this is the entire simulation. This is the CSV file that's been loaded in 3D form. You can display everything, or you can tell it to ignore or waste, so you only see the ore deposit itself. You're also able to cull what you see by grade. I'm going to say you only want to see really pure deposits, so look, only these ones are visible. Whereas if you want to see ones of middling grade, it shows most of it. If you return to the everything view, you'll see it with the waste blocks. And back to 0, you see everything that contains ore. On top of this, we're also able to show the DXF shell that we loaded previously. It appears over the top. This DXF file was loaded direct from Whittle and is for a different block model than the one that's being loaded as a CSV file, which is why they're different sizes. If you load a DXF file for a site that has the same dimensions as the CSV file, it will match up perfectly. You can hide or show, and if you load multiple DFX shells for multiple pushbacks or multiple pits, you're able to cycle through them. I'll go back to everything view. You also have a scheduling view, the playback. If you hit this, it shows every block that you've extracted over the year's time period in a real-time playback. Now I'm going to go back into first-person mode and show you the scheduling functionality. As you can see in the top left-hand corner, we're currently in the first year, and we've used up a small fraction of the year. As you can see in the bar in the middle, that's day 1 to day 365. I'm deciding that I want to extract these blocks here in year 2. So I scroll up using the mouse wheel, and it generates another year with no time used. You can generate as many years as you want just by scrolling up, and then you can scroll up and down to travel between them. So year 1, that's what I've extracted. Year 2, I'm now going to extract these deposits that we did earlier. I'm going to pop these 4 here. Now look at the extractor. Here are the blocks that are in my extractor. Now I click back to first year, and that shows the state of the processor during year 1. As you can see, there are now the number 2 on these blocks, since I'm in year 1, and these blocks are scheduled for extraction in the second year, as I've just switched back. So you can see, as the mine develops, what's going to be extracted in the future. I will continue to extract these blocks here, and you can see that I've made quite a lot of profit, now up to 10 million. When you jump back to first year, I've only made 4 million at the time. And that shows the state of your profits as the simulation progresses. I'm going to go ahead and, because I want to get at these 2, in year 3. So I can't extract now, so I have to pull out this block and this one first. And now I'm able to get down there. I'll pull out these. So now you can see I can extract, finally, these 3 blocks here. As you can see in the pull-out view, I'm getting into the scene properly. Let's just jump back out into the overview, which you're able to right-click to toggle the culling modes. In this mode, the view is centered on where the player character is, where you are in the first-person view. Whereas if you right-click into the display mode, it centers on the ore deposit itself. Now, you've seen, you can click through the years to show how the mine looks at a given time frame, and you can play extraction schedule to show, so we're in year 2, the block's extracted in year 2. If you press play all, it goes and plays back every year in the simulation. So you'll see the entire life of the mine. Here is year 1's extraction, here is year 2's extraction, and here is year 3's. I'll jump back into the first person view. On top of this, where you've got the processor, the ability to send blocks to waste, so they're not important, and we also have prototype stockpiling functionality that lets you put ore blocks into the stockpile to dilute or concentrate them as necessary. Your profits are totted up as we go over the years, and you can see when you zoom back out and go back to the first year, numbers showing exactly when each block is going to be demonstrated. I'll just play back that one more time. Yes, this tool has direct whittle integration already and can load any DXF file and any CSV file that is a block map. I'll now return to the main menu as the primary functionality shown. Alright, that's demonstrated the prototype's functionality. Cheers.